Happy New Year, everyone. Listen, I've been sitting on a comment that I wasn't sure if I should talk about. I really wasn't, but I thought, you know what? Let's take this on. I have not been making a lot of watercolor art or any kind of art lately, just a little bit of collage here and there. I have just been through it this Christmas season. So while I don't have any new thoughts on supplies per se, I thought I would talk about Chinese art supplies, okay? In a recent video of mine, I talked about liking Baohong paper. Didn't I get a comment? Okay, let me find it because you have to hear this. And I'm honestly not saying this to upset anybody. I actually don't have much of an opinion whether you buy art supplies from Chinese companies or not. I have my own opinion, which I'm going to tell you about. So this person wrote to me, and I will cross off their name here. Why giving your power and money to a Chinese company instead a European or American one? So why are you giving your power and money to a Chinese company instead of a European or American one? I feel like this person is maybe not, like maybe English is a second language for them. So I'm not going to rag on them for their spelling and grammar. Bottom line, why are you buying from Chinese companies? Okay. Who's going to tell her that I'm Chinese? You can't judge every book by its cover, right? And so I think that is a vital lesson for all of us. Okay, let me tidy up here and sit down. Okay, you're just propped up on my desk a little bit, and let me just tidy up this area behind me a little bit because I don't like sitting here and chatting with a bunch of mess behind me, but yeah, I am Chinese. I am Cantonese. My mom's side of the family, we are a proudly Chinese family. I don't know what to tell this commenter, but I suspect that they probably couldn't have guessed that from looking at me, which is pretty common. I often get asked if I'm Latin American. Being here in Canada, especially when I travel to the US, people think I'm Cuban, Mexican. People think I look like Eva Longoria, who is Mexican American. This is my new pillow. This is a pillow for side sleepers that's got a silk cover. And it's supposed to result in you squashing your face less. Not made in China, made in Italy, actually. But anyway, it's from the company Sleep and Glow. So I will, if you're interested in just looking this up, I'll put a link down below. Yeah, I mean, I will always buy from Chinese companies because I just do. I don't know what to say. It's just like, that's the food I eat. Products that I buy, it is not an issue for me. Does that mean I think that everything that happens in China politically is okay? No, it doesn't mean that. Doesn't mean I want to punish Chinese people for what goes on with the government. Also no. So I guess what I didn't like about this comment, and I did delete it so you won't find it on any videos, but there's just that little bit of tinge of racism, right? And that's always interesting as a Chinese person. When people don't think you're Chinese, they will say things to you that they're not right. I don't know what to say. They think that you're not Chinese and they will say what they really feel, and it's ugly a lot of the time. Now, I'm not here to condemn or condone buying products made in China. You've got to do what feels good for you, what aligns with your beliefs and how you want to spend your money. But like, your perspective is maybe not my perspective, right? And so that to me is almost the most interesting takeaway from it. If you look on the left side, if you look on the right side, there are lots of reasons why people may not want to support products from China. I'm not here to judge whether that's okay or not. That's not my choice, though. That's your choice, and don't put your choices on me, basically. So wading into geopolitics is legitimately kind of a dangerous thing to do here unless you want to feel the fire, right? I know because I thought I was just making a fairly innocent statement, and apparently I wasn't, about Rosa Gallery watercolor paints, not versus Roman Schmal, but like why I think it's just nice to buy Rosa Gallery watercolor paints. I'll put up a video that I made as a response to another comment. That's on my new channel, Field Notes. So I will link it up with just the proviso that if you want to leave a comment, you actually have to be a subscriber to the channel. I had to do that because I was getting spam about that, or I don't know what it was, but just like comments sowing more dissent that could be spammy. So I just got tired of deleting those comments. I was just like, okay, I'll put the filter on for subscribers only, which is a new feature here on YouTube. But in that video, and you can go and have a look at what I thought was a thoughtful comment from somebody. I'm going to read it here. And I just really like this way of thinking about things. I'm not saying it 100% reflects my own feelings, which vary from month to month, season to season, year to year. But I always appreciate a smart take, and here it is. It's very sad. So someone wrote to me, it's very sad that the political stances of the leadership of any country should be used to punish the people who are trying to make a living in that country. This is insane. I've always thought that art and artists transcended the political activities of the place they live. Is it un-American for me to support Meeden, for instance? No. I'm thankful for Meeden or any other brand of art supplies that may be produced in another country that is good quality and affordable. I'm sure American tariffs and distributors are getting their cut out of the deal. Anyway, choices are personal and I appreciate info on various products so I can make a good choice. Thank you. So I really liked this take. I feel it was nuanced. I feel that it was sympathetic to actual people who are living in countries. Like, there are people who are just trying to get through their day, feed their kids, they go to work, they make good products. Is art supposed to transcend that? Maybe it is and maybe it isn't. Because, I mean, I guess you could look on the other side of things and say that art and artists are the voice that often are pushing against political forces that are unkind in the world. I think that there's room for nuance. I think that there is room for both sides of the coin. I'm not telling you whether to buy Chinese products or not. If you do, I'm curious what it is that you like, because there are some good art supply brands that are from China. Baohong, I think, is excellent. Meeden makes a lot of really nice products. They seem to understand and serve artists in a way that I don't think every company does. So I think that we have to give them props for that. Maybe I'm wrong. If you look at your European branded products, a lot of them are made in China anyway as well. So it's kind of a bit of a slippery slope. My take is that I'm Chinese. I don't see myself stopping purchasing Chinese products. The other thing is I'm Canadian as well. That's where I live. That's where I've grown up. I do not come at this from an American lens. And I think that this person was actually not an American. I don't know for sure, but just based on them saying European first, maybe they're from somewhere in Europe. I don't know. But moreover, my search is just for products I really like. Maybe I should be more intentional. I'm very much willing to come here and say that this is not an area of domain expertise for me, like how my purchases are influencing or not the political landscape. I don't think my $20 paper purchase is like funding the Chinese government necessarily. Like, I think that that is a leap. I like the paper. I like to support companies who I think are doing good work. It's not always a lot deeper than that for me, but maybe it should be. So I'm curious your take on this. Like, I was hesitant to even make this video because I don't really have the strongest of viewpoints on this. Like, I'm Chinese. Buying from Chinese companies is not a problem for me. It's not a lot deeper than that. I'm sorry if you came to this video hoping for some like strong stance, strong anti-China sentiment, strong anti-this or anti-that sentiment. Even as a Canadian, maybe you're expecting to hear strong anti-American sentiment from me. It's just not who I am, so I can't fake it and pretend that I am. On that note though, someone did ask, who doesn't buy American stuff, someone did ask about some good Canadian brands. So as a Canadian, I think I can probably speak to like a couple of nice watercolor brands maybe you think are worth checking out. One of them is Stone Ground Paints, and they make watercolors that are lovely. And the other is Beam Paints. They also make watercolor paints that are really lovely as well. So those are two great Canadian brands. I'm sure there are many more, but those are just two off the top of my head that maybe you want to check out if you're like curious about Canadian brands. But yeah, like that's my complicated stance. Like, I'm a complicated person and so are many of us. And I'm not perfect. I like to think I'm fairly apolitical, but I know in my heart I'm kind of not. Maybe I shouldn't be. I'm okay with those contradictions. Like, I'm okay being that person. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a like, consider subscribing, leave me a comment whether you purchase from Chinese companies or not. I'm not going to flame you if you don't want to. Like, I am open to different reasoning as to why. I know that there are good reasons to and good reasons not to. And with that said, we'll see you on the next video.